Mom, what is a family tree?
Oh, that is such a wonderful question, sweetie. A family tree shows us where we come from, our parents, our grandparents, and their parents before them. And you know what? Today, we're going to learn about a very, very special family tree, the blessed lineage of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. You see, a family is kind of like a big, strong tree. It has deep roots and lots of branches. And by exploring this particular family tree, we get to discover the amazing roots of someone so important to all of us. Are you ready to go on this adventure with me? Okay, before we start, here's a useful word for our journey, lineage. It's just a special way of saying family line. Think of it like a long, golden thread that connects you all the way back in time to your great-great-great-grandparents. That's your lineage. And the Prophet's lineage is one of the most honored in all of history. So, where should we begin? Let's start with his father's side of the family. The Prophet's father was a good and noble man named Abdullah. We're going to trace his family line way, way back in time. All right, let's start with the names closest to the Prophet himself. First, of course, is his father, Abdullah. Then, the Prophet's grandfather was Abdul Muttalib. And his father, the Prophet's great-grandfather, was the famous Hashim. Let's try saying those together. Abdullah, Abdul Muttalib, and Hashim. You got it. Okay, let's go back another few steps on our tree. Before Hashim, there was his father, Abd Manaf, and before him was Qusay. And then we get to a really important ancestor named Kilab. Now, I want you to remember that name, okay? It's like a secret clue we'll need later. And the tree just keeps growing. Going back from Kilab, we find his father, Murrah. Then before him came Kab, then Luai, and then Ghalib. Each name is another branch, another generation on this incredible family tree. And believe it or not, the line of amazing ancestors doesn't stop there. Before Ghalib was Fihr. Now he was also known as Quraysh, which is the name of that great tribe. After him, we have Malik, Anad, and Kinana. Every single one was a respected person in their time. Our walk back through history keeps going. Before Kinana, there was Khuzaimah, then came Mudrika, and before him was Ilyas. It's almost like we're walking down a long hallway looking at pictures of all these great-great-great-great-grandfathers. And here we are at the top of this part of the family tree. From Ilyas, we go all the way back to Mudar, then Nizar, then Maud, and finally to a great ancestor named Adnan. What an amazing, unbroken chain of honorable men leading right to our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Wow, so that was his father's side. But what about his mother's family? I'm so glad you asked. Of course, we have to talk about his mother's side. His mom was a truly wonderful and pure lady named Amina, and her family line is just as special. Now, her line is a little shorter and easier to remember. We start with his mother, Amina. Her father was Wab, and Wab's father was Abd Manaf, and his father was Zara. And, get this, his father was Kilab, and Kilab's father was Murrah. Did one of those names ring a bell? Let's think about that for a second. We went through all those names on his father's side, and we just heard the names on his mother's side. Did you notice? Did you spot a name that was on both lists? I think you've got it. This is the most amazing part of the whole story. The two big branches of the family tree, his father's side and his mother's side, they actually connect. They meet at one very special person. Okay, look right here. On the left, you see his father, Abdullah's line, going all the way back to Qusay and then Kilab. Now look at the right side, at his mother, Amina's line. It goes back to Zorha and then Kilab. They both lead back to the exact same person. How cool is that? That's right, Kilab bin Murrah. He's the special ancestor who connects both sides of the family tree. That means the Prophet's parents, Abdullah and Amina, were actually related, like distant cousins from this incredibly noble and respected family. It's just amazing, isn't it? So it's like a beautiful puzzle that fits together perfectly. But you might be wondering, why is it so important for us to know all of this? And that is the best question of all, because learning about his heritage teaches us something really, really important. Here's the main idea. It shows us that Allah chose the Prophet from the very best and purest of families. For generations and generations, his ancestors were known for being good people and great leaders. Knowing this helps us understand and appreciate his honored place in history even more. So, what have we learned on our little journey today? First, that the Prophet came from a long, long line of good and noble people. Second, that his mom's and dad's families were connected in this beautiful, special way. And third, learning about his family tree is a way for us to remember and honor his blessed history.
And, all of this makes you think, doesn't it? Every single family has its own special story. Every family has roots and branches that make it unique. And just like we learned about the Prophet's amazing family tree today, it's a wonderful thing to think about your own family and all the things that make it so special. I wonder what stories our family tree could tell.